Welcome back, guys, to Rabbit Hole. Here are the next three Rabbit Hole questions. What's the most important thing in a manga? Story, characters, art, or themes? If you could create your own manga power system, what would it be based on? I'm really intrigued what you guys would try to do and create on it. And finally, what would make you immediately interested in a new manga? The protagonist, the world, the power system, the mystery, or even something else? Let me guys know your answer in the comments. And again, as before, I might even feature them in some of my future videos. Now without further ado, let's get back into the video. Every story has themes, ideas that exist beneath the action, beneath the characters, beneath the world building. And for me, those ideas are often the most important part. Because long after readers forget a fight scene or a plot twist, they tend to remember how a story made them think. That's why Crimson Banner was never just about creating a cool world or an interesting power system. From the very beginning, it was built around questions about life, strength, and purpose. And today, I want to talk about the philosophy behind Crimson Banner. You see, one of the central ideas behind Crimson Banner in the story is questioning things people accept without thinking. There are many things in life that people think that seem permanent. Things we assume can never change. Things society treats as the inevitable. Most people never stop to ask why. They simply accept them. But Crimson Banner isn't built around characters who ask difficult questions, characters who challenge assumptions, characters who refuse to accept reality at face value. Not because they're rebellious, but because they're searching for truth. Another major philosophy in the story revolves around strength. What does it mean to be strong? At first, that sounds like a simple question, but the more you think about it, the more complicated it becomes. Is strength the ability to protect others, the ability to endure suffering, the ability to stand alone, or the ability to change the world? Every major character in Crimson Banner answers that question differently, and those different answers create many of the story's conflicts. Because the most interesting battles aren't always physical. Sometimes they're philosophical. The importance of perspective. Something else that heavily influenced the story is the idea that people see the world differently. Two people can experience the same event and come away with a completely different conclusions. Neither person is necessarily lying, or neither person is necessarily evil. They're simply viewing reality through different experiences and visions. That's something I wanted reflected in the characters. Even when characters disagree, I want readers to understand why they believe what they believe. Because understanding is often more interesting than judgment. And sometimes it's much harder. Purpose and meaning. Another question that appears throughout Crimson Banner is purpose. You see, I have to ask these questions. Why do people keep moving forward? What gives life meaning? What makes a goal worth pursuing? You see, different characters answer those questions differently. Some find purpose through connection, others through ambition, and others through ideals. And those answers shape the choices they make. Because our beliefs influence our actions, whether we realize it or not. The overall goal of the story. At the end of the day, I don't want Crimson Banner to lecture readers. I don't want to tell people what to think. What interests me is creating questions and unique perspectives. Questions that stay with the readers after they finish a chapter. Questions that make them think about the characters, the world, the society, the people, and maybe even themselves. If the story can do that, then I think it's succeeded. The philosophy behind Crimson Banner isn't a single answer. It's a collection of questions and questions about strength, purpose, and perspective, and even the things we accept without challenge. Those ideas are woven into every part of the story, and they're a big part of why I wanted to create this in the first place. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in following the development of Crimson Banner, once again, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.